Evening world. This is Ivan O'Mara. This is going to be a very interesting video. I'm going to be continuing my Lord of the Rings chapter 12 read along. I almost done my book one read along, guys. I'll be done my book read along in a good what? 2 to 3 days I'll be done. Today is the 4th. Yeah, so 2 to 3 days I'll be finishing my Lord of the Rings read along. I'll read 6 pages today. I'm on page 265. So all you Lord of the Rings fans are all like, oh my god, Ivan actually did it. Ivan finished his whole Lord of the Rings book one read along. Yeah, man. I did it. I finished my whole Lord of the Rings book one read along. And then stay tuned. Afterwards, I'll be making that amazing video where I'll be talking about my 3 movies. They're unique. All the ideas I have in my mind. The Great Escape movie and the Head and Vampire movie. Looking at an amazing video for that. Talking in depth about the ideas I have for that movie. And that's what all my movies are. I mean, all your movies are going to be entertaining movies. Yes, all my movies are going to be entertaining movies. None of them will top Zanus. As Last of Us Zanus is a masterpiece. None of those movies will top Zanus. But the Great Escape movie, I have the story in my head. You're looking at an amazing movie for that. Very unique. You're looking at an amazing romance thriller movie. Something even better than Twilight. Guaranteed, Very Unique will be better than Twilight. One reason why all my movies will be one of the best, will be up there as one of the top movies, is because Ivan and Vijay are acting in it. Because me and Vijay are acting in it, it makes the movie that much better. Because me and Vijay have a presence on the screen. See what I'm saying here? Me and Victoria Justice, Ivan and Vijay have a presence on the screen. That's why the movies are so amazing. At the same time, I'm a creative genius. I know how to tell a good story. And Great Escape, in my opinion, I'm making a prediction. The Great Escape movie will be my second best movie out of my 5 movies, guaranteed. The Western Gangster could perhaps be better, though. There's some gang war. It looks interesting for that in the Western world. But Western movies don't tend to be as good as, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe the second best movie will be the Great Escape movie. You're looking at a masterpiece for that. And Paul Bettany, and what's his name? The other guy are chosen for the movie. They can see the future. They already know. They're chosen for the movie, obviously. As soon as I start the process of the Great Escape movie after The Last of Us Zanus, me and my wife take our nice vacation off. We stay at our nice, enjoy our nice condo. You know what I'm saying? We watch Zanus gets released. Me and Vijay watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's guaranteed at U World. Once Zanus gets released, you'll be watching the movie every week. A couple times a week, you'll be watching the movie, and you're gonna go back and keep rewatching the documentary. When the documentary gets released, I don't know, a month before the movie, you guys are gonna constantly be rewatching the doc to build excitement for the movie. You're going to be excited to watch the movie more, obviously, because of special effects. But the documentary will almost be as good as the movie because you're looking at an amazing documentary. But the movie will be better because the movie you have special effects. I and Vijay you have are in what are you have the special effects, you have the horror, the whole era, have the amazing world building. Whereas documentary, you're getting the behind the scenes of filming. You're looking at an amazing documentary. Obviously. That's why my wife's so proud of me because I'm selfie made. You're welcome, sweetheart. I saved your ass, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why Vijay's so proud of me. And Vijay can see a future. She already knows how much of a company me and her are gonna own. You know, saying, oh, I can see a future. I know how tall. I know. Vijay, you already know the kind of condo you're gonna own. A top high end 100 million condo. I remember Vijay said dreams in that picture. Yeah, Vijay. Now that me and you're billionaires, we can build that dream condo all to ourselves. Obviously. Lease are nice cars. Vijay can have her dream car. Vijay can afford to get. Vijay owns nice cars, obviously, because she's rich. Vijay owns probably a nice Benz or something like that. But when she's with me, she can get the best Benz out there, a nice $150,000 Benz. She can even get a Porsche, a Lambo. I told you, but women are not into those cars. But who knows? Vijay might get a Lamborghini. Who knows? You never know. Yeah, I want a Lamborghini. You know, say, hey, Vijay, if you want to get a Lamborghini, you're more than welcome to get a Lamborghini if you want to. But I guarantee she's gonna get like a Benz, like a BMW. I don't know, a nice convertible Benz for the summer, a nice like $150,000 convertible Benz for the summer. For the winter, she might get, I don't know, a Mazda or Jaguar or a Lexus, something like that. Nice Lexus van for the winter if she wants to. Lexus are nice cars, obviously. I'm gonna get my nice Jeep, my nice winter top end Jeep. Looking at top notch Jeep, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get mine. I'll drive my Ferrari in the summer and fall. I'll drive my Jeep in the winter. You shouldn't drive those cars. Like, if you have a Lamborghini or Ferrari, those cars are not winter cars. You shouldn't drive those cars in the winter, obviously. So during the winter time, I'll be driving my Jeep. This one top notch. Obviously. Once I finish this video, I will what? I will upload it and I'll eat some pizza. My stepmother ordered some pizza, some Gabriel's pizza. You guys all know Gabriel's pizza, right, in Canada. So I want to order some. She ordered some Gabriel's pizza. I'm gonna eat some Gabriel's pizza. Scale off my old videos. Wait till the video gets uploaded, and I'll watch the show, obviously, and then later on I'll go to the store at night, buy a pack of smokes, get a drink and like a pack of smokes or something like that at nighttime. Yeah, obviously. I'm gonna keep saying this, world. That way you know I'm not playing around. The countdown is ticking as we're November 4th today. I'm making an announcement sometime around the 11th, 12th, around there. It might get delayed. I might delay it a little bit longer, maybe to the 13th or something like that. My point is, around that time, I'm going to be making that final announcement. You guys are like, "Oh, is Ivan really done, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done, man." After I make that final announcement, I am done, as I know I am now about to become king. My wife came with me, and I'm going to give it 2 days. After I make that final announcement, I'm going to give it 2 days to just get beer, food, enjoy myself. Get a laugh at my videos, and I'm gonna go upstairs, believe you. I'm like, okay, this is it, Ivan. Go upstairs, believe you. I'm gonna sincerely ask my family, hey guys, I finished my last Over Zane's book. I want to get a sub-published on Lulu. I need your help. I sincerely need your help. You know, I need you to open the door for me. I'm gonna say, look, man, I need your help. I need you to open the door for me, because I know they're the gatekeepers. I know they lock the doors. I'm not stupid. You can act all you want. I know you locked all the doors on me. I'm not stupid. And that's why I have to sincerely tell the staff families, hey, I need your help. I want to get my book self-published on Lulu. Tell them that sincerely. Every day I'm gonna keep reminding them until they sit me up, because I'm gonna keep reminding them, hey guys, I need help with my book. I want to get my book self-published. I'm gonna keep reminding them that what they know. And eventually they're gonna be okay. Ivan's serious. He needs our help. He wants to get his book self-published. They're eventually gonna sit me up, but I told you, because they don't want me being with my wife, protection and that's the whole essence of the game. Because you world don't want me being with my wife. You don't, and the stepfamilies don't want to be my wife. Either you're white, your true demonic nature will come out. You're gonna trap this virgin man with sharing her death, obviously. Either you and your wife share, you sell, you and your wife share forever with the world. So you're willing to have me and you share forever with the world. Because you guys are crazy people, man. You're not even a mess of what I've made. You don't even see your evil. We can't help. We all want you so bad. You're so hot. We want Rita so bad. She's so hot. Okay, just be together, but just share with all of us, because you guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess of me what I made, man. You're crazy people, man. We know the relationship won't work, but okay, just let them be together, but let's have them share. You guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess of me what I made, man. Even though we know it's crazy to have IME share with the whole world and this line for decades, we all want a piece. Let's have them share, because you guys are crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess of me what I made, man. Because all you women in the world, you want a piece of, you want to have sex with me, obviously, so bad. And all you men in the world want to have sex with me so bad. Hence why you want me and her to share. Even though you know me and her sharing with 7 billion people is literally impossible. Yeah, we know it's impossible, but we don't care. If it's an endless line for decades, we don't care. We want to try and get a piece of that. As me and VJ would have to be an endless line for decades of me and VJ constantly hooking up with men and women every day. Hence, we're dirty slaves and we're not free. You guys are crazy people, man. You thought you can trap me and dupe me with death. Hey, let's see if we can trap Ivan with death and he shares all of us. Look, man, I figure out the puzzles of the game. I know if I sold out, you guys will win the game. I would get a trashy VJ, which is I get trash leftovers of VJ, which is fucking gross. He's trash. You men all know what I'm talking about. You know, yeah, alright, VJ's garbage. Yes, you know VJ's garbage. She would see hell forever. And every night she would cry. When I have sex with her, my spirit runs away. His relationship won't work. Me and her will not stay young forever. And I told you I don't want a 56-year-old VJ. Yeah, we know if Ivan sells out, VJ and Ivan will age. So when VJ's 50 years old, she'll look like she's 50 years old. You see what I'm saying? VJ and Ivan will fucking age. If that was a cat, yeah, we know Ivan and VJ will age if they sell. Yes, VJ and Ivan will age, obviously. I don't want a 50-year-old VJ. I want a smoking hot 29-year-old VJ. I don't want... Even though VJ would be smoking hot at 50 years old, I don't want a 50-year-old VJ. I want a young VJ, a young 29-year-old VJ, obviously. Me and VJ will not get the glowing beauty. Obviously. The stepfamilies will be ruling over us. We will not be king, queen. We'd be dirty slaves, obviously. We'd be under them. We would not be king, queen. Obviously. So you guys see our glory. You're saved. You get your full cake, obviously. You see what I'm saying? In the same time, when you dream, you see our flesh because you guys are crazy people. You want your what? You want your full cake and eating it too because you're fucking crazy. You know, Ivan, we're fucking selfish people. No matter what, we want our full cake. We want everything to do with you. We just like to be a part of our business. Yes. You make everything to do with me, Vijay's life a part of your, everything to do with our relationship, part of your business. Okay. We don't want Ivan and Vijay getting fresh Ivan. We don't want Ivan getting a fresh Vijay. We want them to get trashy sex. Just like we get trashy sex. If you make my relationship business, obviously, because you're at me. We don't want them being king, queen because we're every single world. We want them to be under the gatekeepers, sabotaging Hollywood. We want to be safe. We want to see their glory, so we're not left behind. When we dream, we want to see them. We want to see their flesh, so we see them have sex. Because you're crazy people. Yeah, we want to have supposed control of the relationship and have them share with all of us while we get our husbands and wives and girlfriends and boys all to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are what? You're mentally psychotic, crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess and weird, man. You're crazy fucking people, man. Fucking crazy people, man. Fucking crazy ass people. Yeah. Today I'll read 6 pages, guys. You gotta bear with me here. I'm on page 265. I'll read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 270. That way I can finish. I want to read 6 pages. That way I can finish my read along faster. So in 2 days I'll finish my Lord of the Rings read along. After that I am done, obviously. Yeah, but that's how crazy you guys are. That's why I'm gonna keep saying you better stop taking for granted. Once I make that final announcement, I'll split it into 2 parts. I will talk about my life, what I went through. Ivan, why did you think you have a disease? I will tell you why in my video why I thought I had a disease. I did some messed up stuff, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You guys already know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you why I thought I had a disease. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I had a yeast infection. I had like white stuff on my penis. I had a yeast infection, and eventually the yeast went away. Because I have a second cup, it went away, obviously. And, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm fresh, obviously. I'm fresh. You know what I'm saying? I had stuff on my sides. I thought it was an STD, but it's not an STD. It's celestial, celestial seasonings. It makes my penis sweet and all that stuff. I thought it was an STD, but no, it's celestial seasonings, obviously. And I thought I had an STD now. Hence why I was depressed. I thought I had herpes. I was very depressed. I cried about it. I was depressed. I'll tell you my story, obviously. That's why you guys are like, holy shit, I've went through a lot. Yes, man. Ever since I was born, it's been nothing but what? Bad news for Ivan O'Mara, man. Teachers putting me down. My stepfather constantly putting me down. You know what I'm saying? My friends, my so-called friends putting me down. People making fun of me. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. People constantly making fun of me. People, I thought I had a disease. My friends abandoned me after high school. You guys know who you are. Yeah, we abandoned you. You know what I'm saying? You might hear some noise outside. We abandoned we abandoned Ivan. Yeah. Ivan's friends abandoned. Yes, after high school, all my so-called friends abandoned me after high school. They abandoned me, man. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Yeah, all my so-called friends. You might hear some noise because there's some members of my family who are gonna talk in the basement. So you might hear some noise, obviously. They abandoned me. Yeah, all my friends abandoned me. You guys know who you are. They're my so-called friends, obviously. And I was a loner for pretty much my whole adult life. So after high school, Ivan, after high school, you were a loner. Yes, after high school. When I was in high school, I had friends, obviously. But after high school, I was a loner. I was literally a loner since 2010 all the way to 2000 to the present day. I was a loner. I hung out with a few people a few times. I had beer at the bar with a few people at the bar. Sometimes I went out to dinner with a few people. My point is, I was a loner. When I went to Heritage College, I was a loner. You know what I'm saying? I was a loner. When I went to movies, I saw movies on my own. Sometimes I'd see movies with my stepbrothers, but when I saw movies all the time on my own. When I went to the movie theaters. I prefer watching movies on my own anyways when I go to the theaters because I focus more. I don't mind watching it with one guy, but I prefer watching movies on my own anyways. You focus a lot better when you watch it on your own. I'll tell you my story, obviously, and you guys are going to be like, holy shit, I even went through a lot. And it's like, yes, man, I went through a lot in my life. And after me finding out I have an STD, the find out that I'm healthy. I found out that I'm God. I find out that I'm healthy. I'm all happy. And I finally later on reads my wife. I found out about the mess. Okay, more bad news for having a marriage. And I found out the doors are locked on me. Are you fucking kidding me here? And I found out later on Reedy's infected. I found out about X. Everyone's has STDs. Obviously, I found out that I'm holy. Obviously, and I found out later on, I'm like, oh my god, that woman said you should share. I found out about the mess. And the moment all these bad things started happening in my life, and I figured out to post the game, and finally, and that woman said you have to pay. When I went to go see Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, that woman's like, you have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? It finally hit me. I'm like, oh my god, the world is a reprobate and they're blind by their envy. Yeah, you guys are reprobate people. Before I didn't think you guys were reprobate people, but then once all these bad things started happening in my life, I'm like, oh my god, the world's a reprobate. They're blind by their envy. Yeah. When that woman said you have to pay for that, she gave me that evil look. Again, I'm gonna now, you know who you are. You somehow think you have control of a relationship when she's not your wife, and I'm not your husband because you guys are white. That lady's obviously a crazy psychopath. Obviously, she thinks she has control of a relationship when she doesn't. No one in this world gave you the right to think you have control of my relationship. She is not your wife, and I'm not your fucking husband. So yeah, we know that we're just envy. So because you're envy, you somehow think you have control of a relationship when you don't, because she's not your what? She's not your wife, not your husband. Obviously. Just like your relationship is none of my business. You see what I'm saying here? Your relationship is none of my business, obviously. But you make my relationship business because you're what? You're crazy psychopaths, obviously. And the moment that lady said you have to pay for that, that's when I knew, I'm like, oh my god, the world's a reprobate. That's when I knew you guys are reprobate. And I tried, okay, they're going to trap me with sharing your death after causing that mess. That's when I knew, yeah, the world's a reprobate and they're blind by their envy. That's when I knew that woman, you know what I went through in my life. I was innocent. Though I had SC for 10 years, and you have the guts to tell me to pay for that because they're fucking crazy people. We're blind. You guys are blind by your envy. You're reprobate, crazy, psychotic people, obviously. You're nothing but a mess of with me, man. Hence why, I remember before, I remember when I made my, sorry, I missed the series. I guarantee you guys, like, oh my god, Ivan might make videos for us when he's king. You know what I'm saying? Because Ivan's making videos. And the moment I start exposing you guys are like, fuck, man, Ivan failed to post the game. Yeah. When I made that luxury jet video, that was the first time I really the documentary video was the first time I really started exposing you guys. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before I didn't bother doing that. And that video, that's when I started exposing you guys. You guys are like, oh shit, I forgot to play this game. Yeah, I was mad and angry. Yeah, man. And oh my god, I even forgot to pose the game. Ivan's piecing out. Yep, forgot to pose this game as I set the whole thing up. As once I make that final announcement, in a good week or so, guaranteed, sometime this month, they're going to sit me upstairs. I'm making a prediction. VJ already knows. They're going to sit me upstairs, and your true, the Steph Family's true nature will show, and you world's true nature will show. You're going to trap me with sharing your death. I'm not fucking stupid. And I'm choosing death. I'm not going to do my death. No one in this world gave you the right to have a control relationship. You just think you do because of your envy. She is not your wife, and I'm not your husband. You guys are fucking crazy people, obviously. And you didn't create this universe. I created the universe. And no one gave you the right to have control of our relationship when we... Just like I don't have the right to have control over your relationship, you have no right to have control over my relationship. You just think you do because of your devil envy. Because you guys are crazy people, obviously. See what I'm saying here? And the countdown's ticking, guys. Sometime around the 11th, 12th, I am making that final announcement. I'll split it into two parts. First half, I'll talk about my life, maybe a little bit about Sky Source. You know what I'm saying? And the second part, I'll talk about my life and a little bit about Sky Source. That way you guys know what I went through in my life. That way, once I pay this fee and I cry my eyes on, say my wife, once I'm king, you guys are going to go back and watch my final announcement. Oh my God, look at what Ivan went through in his life and now he's king. Yes. And it's finally going to hit your minds, oh my God, we were blinded by our envy. Ivan was so innocent, you know what I'm saying, but we didn't care. We're willing to have her. You guys are weeping tears. Oh my God, we're willing to have a virgin man who's ever been in a relationship share for the rest of his life. Yeah, man. You guys are crazy psychopaths. You don't see your evil because you're blinded by your envy. You're nothing but a mess away, man. Ivan, we're completely consumed with our envy. Yes, you're consumed with your envy. You're so consumed with your envy that you're blind. You don't see because you're so blinded by because you're constantly you're so blind and you're like, I don't want I and Luigi to be together. I can't stand me together. You're so blind by that envy that you don't see that everything that's going on Everything that happened in Meej's life, you don't see the evil because you're focused on you're constantly focused on the envy. You're focused on that envy of Ivan not wanting Ivan Regis to be together. Hence, all the evil that you've done to Ivan Regis, you don't see the evil because you're just consumed with your envy. Obviously, you see what I'm saying here? As if if this was another person, if I did this to someone and my eyes are open, I would cry my eyes. Oh my god, I'm fucking evil. Because you guys are willing to try me sharing death. You guys are obviously blind by your envy. You don't see your evil, obviously. But once I come from death, your eyes will not be open. Hence why now, you know Ivan paid his debt. You know Ivan's about to see his wife. You know Ivan's peacing out with his wife. He's gonna be king. And it's now now that you're no longer blind because you know Ivan paid his debt. All the bad things you did to Ivan Regis will hit your mind, and you're guaranteed gonna weep and cry. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like we're evil people, man. We're wicked people, man. Ivan shut us up for good. Yeah, I shut you up for good. When I was born, I'm like, man, if you choose to do this to me, unless you have me take over, I'm gonna shut you up for good. Whereby you guys can't say shit anymore. Can't say shit. All those teachers and heritage, I already shut them up for good. You can read that academic integrity all you want. Bullshit. You guys are all actors. You wolves in sheep's clothing, obviously. Shut heritage up for good. All those teachers in my life who put me down, who put me down, shut them all for good. They're all what? We're all actors. They're all wicked people, obviously. You guys are actors. You're amazing actors, but you're wolves in sheep's clothing. You act like good people, but you're not good people. You're wicked people, obviously. That's all those teachers at Darcy who yelled at me for skipping class, for talking in class, for not doing my homework. They all knew I was God. They all knew I was sorry for my wife. They all knew my family were the gatekeepers. They all knew the doors were locked for me, and none of them even bothered to make mention of that to me. And it's like, shut those teachers up for good. They're all wicked people. They're not good people, obviously. They're all actors. Fucking actors. Obviously. Especially that vice principal. That vice principal yelled at me, man. He yelled at me for skipping class, skipping detention. And what about you? What about you? Have the guts to yell at me for skipping detention, obviously. And yet you look at what about you? You knew I was God. You knew my family gatekeepers. You knew I had a wife. I was sorry for my wife. You knew the doors were locked on me. You knew they set the whole thing up for the mess, and yet you never even bothered to make mention of that to me. It's all those teachers who yelled at me. They're all actors. That vice principal yelled at me. He's an actor. And they're going to be what? You guys are going to be left behind. You're not going to be saved, obviously. All my so-called friends are actors. They were good actors. They're good acting friends, so-called friends. They knew I was God. They knew I had a wife. They knew what? They knew my family were the gatekeepers. They knew the doors were locked on me. And what pisses me off so much is how all these guys, they all bragged about how rich these people were. Yet the whole time I'm the son of God, I have the keys. I'm richer than all these guys by a milestone. That's the funny thing. Like, you have the guts to brag about how rich all these people are, and yet you know I'm a son of God. You know I'm richer than all these guys by a milestone. They used to brag, yeah, man, this guy's fucking rich. My cousin's fucking rich. And the whole time, even though we can brag about our cousins all we want, and about how rich all these people are. We know Ivan's the son of God. He has the keys. He's richer than all these guys by a milestone. These guys' wealth is pocket change to Ivan's wealth. I'm richer than all those guys by a milestone. Obviously. In other words, Ivan O'Mara shouldn't be living in Elmer, the middle class neighborhood. Ivan O'Mara should be living the billionaire life with the gatekeepers. Because I'm the son of God, obviously. I am special. Obviously. VJ should be living the billionaire life with the gatekeepers. As that was what was. In other words, had the Seth families let me and VJ be together and they opened the doors for us, me and VJ would have been living the royal life with the billionaire life with the what? With the royal families. You see what I'm saying here? You would have seen me and VJ on the news. So the Steph families me and VJ would have been living the billionaire life. You know how Prince Harry and them, the royal family, you see how their wealth and all that stuff? Me and VJ would have lived that life with the royal families, obviously. Me and VJ would have been living the royal life, wearing nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? And they would have opened doors for us in Hollywood, would have done commercials, all that stuff, movies. Me and VJ guarantee would have went to the same high school together. All that stuff. We saw that amazing glory. Yeah, you saw that glory. But the Steph Limes decided to betray us and hide their wealth and lock the doors on us because they're crazy people, obviously. And that's why once Ivan makes that final announcement, he finds out how rich they are, he's going to be so shocked. And I'm going to have that flashback of my life when we lived in that shitty apartment in Hull, that shitty apartment in Montreal. You know what I'm saying? That shitty apartment in Montreal, when we lived in this middle class neighborhood. Yeah, this neighborhood is a nice neighborhood. It's a nice middle class neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But for someone who's a gatekeeper, this is the ghetto. There was all those guys in Darcy. They all knew Ivan O'Mara. Ivan O'Mara is living the ghetto life. As if he doesn't know his family are the gatekeepers. Ivan O'Mara should be living the billionaire life with the gatekeepers. Yes. If the doors don't open on me, I would have been living the billionaire life with the gatekeepers. Obviously, but they locked the doors on me and they moved into this they hid their wall and they moved into this middle class neighborhood. Obviously. Hence why I told you why all my so called friends treated me like shit, obviously. They made fun of me. Yeah, we had supposed tight moments, but they all treated me like shit because what? Because they were envious of me, obviously. That's why they all made fun of me. You know, so I remember that one guy. You know who you are. He's like, yeah, you're your friend's bitch. You know, and stuff. What the fuck did I do? Why are you making fun of me? You know what I'm saying? The reason why that guy made fun of me because he's envious of my wealth, obviously. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying? I know you hate on me because you're envious of me. You're envious of my wife. You're envious of what? My wealth, obviously. Because all those guys were envious of my wife. I'm gonna have a harder wife than all those guys by a milestone. Don't hate me, guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be richer than all those guys by a milestone. See what I'm saying here? Yeah, that's my point. That's why everyone in my life treated me like what? They all treated me like shit. That grade 6 teacher, she hated my guts. She put me in retard class in grade 7. Ivan's not smart enough for the regular program. Yet I proved her wrong. I shut her off for good. I finished my high school. And I wrote a fantasy novel that you can never write. And that teacher yelled at me for I remember there was one time there was this one chick. I remember there was one time there was this one chick. She sat right across from me in class. Obviously, she made fun of me. She called me a bad name, and I called her a bad name. And that grade 6 teacher, she put the blame on me, and I got sent to the principal's office. I'm like, what about the other girl? She called me a name too, and she picked on me because my grade 6 teacher, she hated my guts. She fucking hated me. I don't know why she hated my guts because she's envious, obviously. She knew, yeah, I don't know. In 18 years from now, you know what I'm saying? This is 2004. In 18 years from now, 2022 is what, 18 years? At 18 years from now, Ivan's going to be king. He's going to be a multi-billionaire, living life with his hottest wife. Was that teacher's probably going to be making $40,000-$50,000 a year. That's why all these people hate on me in school, obviously. Because of their envy, obviously. They're so envious. Yeah, Ivan, we're fucking envious of you. And that's why we just hate on you. We hate on you. Yes, that's why they all hate on me. They all hate on me, obviously. I remember when I worked at beer market, people used to hate on me like crazy too. They always make fun of me. They used to hate on me like crazy. Why? Because they're all envious. They know I'm going to be a billionaire. Whereas they're all making what, 15 an hour working as a line cook. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, and the ones who are successful. My point is, even if a guy from Darcy ends up making $200,000 a year, and is successful, my point is none of those guys are going to be me. You see what I'm saying here? None of those guys are going to be Ivan O'Mara. Because I am the son of God, I am special, obviously. See what I'm saying here? Hence why what? Yeah. Even if I make $100,000 a year, I'm not gonna be Ivan. Ivan makes his easy billions. Yeah, as none of those guys in Darcy can make their easy billions. It's tough enough to make $100,000 a year, let alone $200,000 a year. It's very, very tough to even be a millionaire in this world. And Ivan has the keys. He makes his easy billions because Ivan is not normal. Ivan is the son of God. In other words, because I'm a son of God, I was supposed to be living the multi-billionaire life with the royal families. I wasn't supposed to be living in a middle-class neighborhood, poor, with having the doors locked on me. No, I was supposed to live the billionaire life with the step families. But the step families locked the doors on me and my wife, and they hid their wealth. Hence why me and VJ White, we're not a part of their lavish life, obviously. I'm going to read 6 pages here. Gotta bear with me, guys, and I'll continue babbling on. You gotta bear with me here, okay? In the morning, he woke to find that the rain had stopped. The clouds were still thick, but they were breaking and pale strips of blue appeared between them. The wind was shifting again. I'll read 4 pages. I don't feel like reading 6 pages. I'll read 4 pages today, guys, instead of 6, okay? That way I don't have to write. In the morning, he woke to find that the rain had stopped. The clouds were still thick, but they were breaking and pale strips of blue appeared between them. The wind was shifting again. They did not start early. Immediately after their cold and comfortless breakfast, Strider went off alone, telling the others to remain under the shelter of the cliff. Until he came back, he was going to climb up, if he could, and get a look at the lie of the land. When he returned, he was not reassuring. We have come too far from the north, he said, and we must find some way to turn back southwards again. If we keep an eye as we're going, we shall get up onto the Etondales far north of Rivendell. That is troll country, and little known to me, we could perhaps find our way through and come around to Rivendell from the north, but it will take too long, for I do not know the way and our food will not last. So somehow or other we must find the ford of Bruin. The rest of that day they spent scrambling over rocky ground. They found a passage between 2 hills. that led them into a valley running southeast, the direction that they wished to take. But towards the end of the day, they found their road again, barred by a ridge of highland. Its dark edge against the sky was broken into many bare points, like teeth of a blunted saw. They had a choice between going back or climbing over it. They decided to attempt to climb, but it proved very difficult. Before long, Frodo was obliged to dismount and struggle along on foot. Even so, they often despaired of getting their pony up, or indeed of finding a path themselves. Burdened as they were, the light was nearly gone. They were all exhausted. When at last they reached the top, they had climbed on a narrow saddle between two hard points, and the land fell steep away again. Only a short distance ahead, Frodo threw himself down and lay on the ground. I won't read six. Six is too long. I'll read 4 pages a day, and then tomorrow I might read 6 pages. That way I finish it faster. I'll be done in 3 days, right? Shivering, his left arm was lifeless, and his side and shoulder felt as if icy claws were laid upon them. The trees and rocks about him seemed shadowy and dim. "We cannot go any further," said Merry to Strider. "I am afraid this has been too much for Frodo. I am dreadfully anxious about him. What are we to do? Do you think they will be able to cure him in Rivendell? If we ever get there, we shall see," answered Strider. "There is something more than I can do in the wilderness. It is chiefly because of his wound I am so anxious to press on. But I agree that we can go no further tonight." "What is the matter with my master?" asked Sam in a low voice, looking appealingly at Strider. "His wound was small and it is already closed. There's nothing to be seen but a cold white mark on his shoulder. Frodo has been touched by the weapons of the enemy," said Strider, "and there is some poison or evil at work. Remember how I said how Frodo gets stabbed by the poisonous blade? And that blade is so powerful that Frodo was turning into one of them, obviously. Had Frodo not gotten his elvish medicine, he would have turned to evil. He would have become one of them, obviously. A servant of Sauron, right? I may be wrong. You got to bear with me, Weathering fans. "Frodo has been touched by the weapon of the enemy," says Strider, "and there is some poison or evil at work that is beyond my skill to drive out." The reason why it's beyond his skill is because Frodo needs elvish medicine, obviously. "Do not give up hope, Sam." Night was cold up on the high ridge. They lit a small fire down under the gnarled roots of an old pine that hung over a shallow pit. It looked as if stone had once been quarried there, that sat huddled together. The wind blew chill through the pass, and they heard the treetops lower down moaning and sighing. I'm going to shut my camera for a second.